Right, from the capital city, we cross the borders now, and we've been following the elections and the developments in our neighboring country, Uganda. And we've been getting the updates from our colleagues at NTV Uganda, despite the internet blackout in that country. We're now joined by NTV Uganda's news anchor, Andrew Chamagero, who's at the National Tally Centre at Chambogo in the capital, Kampala, for a quick update of the tallying. Andrew, thanks very much for joining us. At this point, what do the numbers look like, and what is the mood like around the tallying centre?
Well, thank you so much, Samriti. Well, where we're coming from, it's the Tally Centre, and in just a few minutes from now, we'll be having what I can dub as the fourth provisional declaration from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. Currently, where we're standing, these are the numbers. We have 18.1 million voters in Uganda, but of these total ballots that have been counted so far, we have 5,125,703. We have the valid votes that were cast. It is 4,928,118. And the rejected, or call them the invalid votes, 197,587. Now, the total polling station from the National Register is 34,684. But so far, those that have been declared, we're having 17,042. Currently, this is how we stand. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is the incumbent as well, is having a 3,091,725 votes, and that brings him to 62.74% of the votes. Then Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has 1,445,805, bringing him to 29.34%. Amoriat Oboy Patrick has 202,605. That brings him to 4.11%. And then we have the other one is Norbert Mao, who happens to be having 39,339. And this brings him to 0.8%. Mugisha Muntu Greg has 32,339, and bringing him to a percentage of 0.66%. And then Tumukunde has 28,098, bringing him to 0.57. Then we have Kabaleta Joseph Kiza. He has 25,378 as of now, bringing him to 0.51%. Then we have Nancy Kalembe Linda, has 22,182, bringing her to 0.45%. And then we have Katumba John at 17,770, bringing him to 0.36%. And we have Mwesi Fred with 13,634, and that brings him to 0.28. And lastly is Mayambala with a 9,243 with a percentage of a 0.19. Well, earlier on, there were a lot of allegations. The mood that is on at the Tally Centre, well, just to bring you to speed, everyone is calm as we're waiting for the numbers and figures that the tallies as and when they come through. But security is very key here, not only where we are at the Tally Centre, but even the roads that bring people to this location. It's only by those who are validated and they were really scrutinized and they followed the SOPs of COVID-19 and they were checked and they're negative. Where we are, it's not a usual Tally Centre comparing to the other elections we've had. And there is something that came into context. There was a question about how do the other candidates get to know how these numbers leave the district level to the Tally Centre. But well, the Electoral Commission earlier on, the chairperson made it much more allocated that, look, we have a section of political parties where we told them to either send their agents or come themselves and witness how the process is running. So far, we've had one presidential candidate, and that is William Mayambala, who has been here since last night. He has followed up the process, and I had a conversation earlier with him, and he said he's very satisfied with how the situation is going. So the mood is calm where we are. We're just waiting for tomorrow because legally, they should announce the winners tomorrow before 4 p.m. according to the law. And Electoral Commission spokesperson Bukenya Paul earlier alluded to the fact that before 4 p.m. Uganda and the rest of the world will know who the president will be, and some of the MPs that have been elected, they are already announced at the district level, but here it's entirely about the presidency. Now, there was an issue earlier on when we had, I think, the fourth provisional declaration, where there were reports that Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who happens to be in very close ties with Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, that his home was surrounded by security operatives. When we talked to the deputy spokesperson, rather the spokesperson of the UPDF, Dewa Kiki made it clear that beefing up security at Bobi Wine's home, it's a job of the joint operation from the security agencies. And he made it much more clear that there were incidences of three people who jumped over Bobi Wine's perimeter wall, and two managed to escape, and one was detained at Kasangati police station. So they said the reason why the security at his home was beefed up, it was entirely for his security. And this, according to the UPDF, does not only go to Bobi Wine alone, but to all the other candidates are still in the race.
All right, Andrew Chamagero coming to us live from the National Tally Centre there in Kampala. Thanks very much for that update. As Andrew said, currently in the lead is the incumbent President Yoweri Museveni at 3 million votes, and that accounts for 62.7%. And we will bring you more details as and when we get them.